Do I have news? Jimmy, you won't know this because we haven't known each other for that long, but today is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Dan.
Would you like to hazard a guess at how many people that aren't my family remembered that? I'll tell you, it's one. One person remembered.
That's
And
alright.
it wasn't Gabriel.
It wasn't me!
There we go. There's a book.
Oh, no.
Well, either way.
There's going to be hate
Oh, I
comments.
see you're wearing the. Is that the?
It is the thing, yeah.
By the way, I thought
I know that
when
now.
you sent me the photo on the you sent me the order, didn't you? The order as it came through. Is it the order sheet you sent me? You sent me a photo
I
of
sent
the
you a
jumper
picture of
beforehand.
me wearing it.
That one, sorry. But because of the lighting, I thought it was black. I didn't realise it's purple. It looks
I think
sick.
it is black. I think it's just because of the camera.
It looks
Is-
really purple. Like I was like, that's amazing. They've kind of like done the two colours together on the thing. It looks great. I mean, it looks great anyway, but still, it looks sick. Anyway, we should probably do the intro, shouldn't we? Hello, welcome back. We took a little break. We've returned.
Oh, yeah.
I think, did anyone see, like, the last podcast did really, really well. Thank you to Finn for coming on, and,
I mean,
Ronnie
that
as
is
well.
literally the only reason it did well, because he
Yeah,
shared it.
I
It's not like
genuinely think
we did anything
it is
different.
quite possibly the most chaotic episode we ever have done.
I
It's
don't know about
amazing.
that.
I clicked
what
it
we've
for no
done.
particular reason. I didn't think you were actually going to put it in black and white. That was quite
Yeah,
exciting.
that was very funny. I did also get a message, by the way. I got a message saying, why is it in black and white? And I was like,
Obviously didn't listen all the way
just
through.
keep watching,
Wow.
just keep watching. And then at
Someone
the end, she
didn't
was
take
like,
2 hours out of the day.
oh.
So I think they are.
I'm just noticing now, Jimmy, on your background, there's apparently a story on GMB about, I assume, Anthony Hopkins playing Among Us.
Among Us.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I obviously says Among L, but
I
very
was
funny
listening-
joke.
Oh yeah, I was reading it as you said it, and I was like, playing Among Us? What?
Yeah, he started a Twitch channel. Sir
He-
Anthony Hopkins.
He might have done.
What character does he play each day as a different character? Like
Yeah,
one day he's
sometimes he
Odin,
does Hannibal Lecter.
some days he's Hannibal Lecter.
That's when he plays really well as
That's
the
when
imposter.
he's the imposter.
Some days
yeah.
he's red, some days he's blue, some days he's like orange.
Those are some colours. Yup.
We're back. I've got some news to like
Awful
talk
start.
about. If any of you guys want to talk about some news, that thing we
Why
do.
not? That makes sense.
I also figured like me and Jimmy were talking to each other earlier this week, and we left Dan out because that's what we do. But we,
Wow, okay. If I'd known that, then
No,
I would have
Wait, what was
foretelling
it?
of what was to happen today.
No, I just meant like today. Let's just chat about everything we've been watching lately in a bit more detail because we've been
Alright.
cycling through the various kind of topics we planned to a point where I've
We're
realised
running
now we're gonna start running out. So we need to start like, let's just like,
I feel like you ran out by the first time I did this.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. That's why we brought you in. Back up. Okay,
Poor
so I've got some
choice.
news. I've got some news here, and then if anyone else has any news they want to bring up or have remembered, feel free. So Michael B. Jordan has been confirmed to be directing Creed 3, which is scheduled for November 2022 release. Anyone want to see another Creed movie?
I haven't seen the first two.
Okay, Jimmy.
I mean, how many more films can they do about people punching the shit out of each other?
Quite a few. It's quite.
It's
It's
like-
It's not really a dead tradition yet.
Okay. Well then, keep going.
Yeah, as many as we can get. I think
I want him to fight
I really
Mr.
liked
T in
one and
this one,
two.
though, again.
You wanted again, Mr. T's son or
Yeah.
Mr. T?
No, Mr.
Because at this
T.
point, Mr.
Mr.
T's a little
T.
past it. I think he's a little
No.
far gone.
Phil-
I've got a
Phil,
good
come back.
idea.
Okay.
They bring in Terry Crews, right? Because if you guys are big fans of the Claudia with a Chance of Meatballs cinematic
I mean,
universe,
who isn't, right? Like,
well,
Yeah.
Mr. T plays the police officer in the first one, but I
Right.
guess he didn't want to do the second one, so they got in Terry Crews to do it instead. So you
Oh.
simply get Terry Crews to play whatever.
Clubberlang.
who produces?
I was going to say B.A. Baracus, but that's the
Clubberlang
acting.
Clubberlang is his name. Yeah.
Who
but yeah, no.
produces the Rocky series?
I don't know. Wait, you want the?
I mean, the
Creed series?
company,
Paramount.
not the
At a
person.
guess.
Yeah, I think it's Paramount.
Okay, well, let's shoot an email to Paramount.
Well,
Yeah.
technically, Sylvester Stallone does, as one of the executive producers. But
No, I mean,
not
like, the
anymore.
production.
But it's not. It doesn't just a picture of his face doesn't just flash up at the start of every film, does it? Or does it? I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yes, yeah. No,
Well,
yeah.
he tends
Massive
to
photo.
be in quite a lot of the Rocky films. I've noticed, at
Okay.
least.
That's
He
cool.
tends to show up quite a bit. It's like kind of a cameo, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh, New Line.
Like Stan
It's New
Lee.
Line.
Or Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, Warner Brothers and New Line.
How many Quentin Tarantino films has Tarantino showed up in?
Most of them.
Yeah, all of them, right? At some point.
I don't know. I haven't seen Jackie.
I was
Brown.
trying to think.
I haven't seen
I
Jackie
don't
Brown.
remember him in Kill Bill actually.
I'm trying to
He's-
remember. Wait, where the fuck is he in Inglourious Bastards?
He
He's
does.
not in that one either.
He's not in that one either, is he? We've really put ourselves in a hole here.
He does the
He's in Pulp
voiceover.
Fiction.
He does the voiceover in The Hateful Eight. He's obviously gets blown up in
He's-
Django.
He's Mr. Brown
Yes,
in
the
what's it
Australian.
called?
Oh yeah, he's in Reservoir.
He's
Yeah,
in
Reservoir
Pulp
Dogs.
Fiction, obviously.
And that's it. That's the list.
That's it.
Here we go.
Well,
That's
it's-
it. That's all we can do.
He's the unseen
Alcohol.
character, the husband. In
Oh, yeah?
Kill Bill.
Yeah, that.
Is he?
The groom.
I wouldn't be
sorry.
surprised. I
The
actually
groom.
wouldn't be surprised if he does credit himself as that. You know.
Is he in
I don't
Once
know.
Upon a Time in Hollywood? Because I still haven't seen that. So.
I'm not sure.
I apologise.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think he is in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. No, he's not.
Okay.
No.
If you
not
can't tell
so.
audience, we're padding.
Yeah, we're massively padding. So yeah, Creed 3, I really like the first two. So yeah, go on, give us another one. And it's nice to see Michael B. Jordan directing for the first time. I think first time on a major picture movie anyway, so sure, why not? Zack Snyder, the Justice League cut has been announced to be on Sky Movies and Now TV for the UK from
I
its
don't
release
have
date.
either of those. Well, I do, but
I
my
have-
Sky TV
I-
box is all the way downstairs.
Yeah, I'll fuck's sake. I'll probably just get a monthly pass on Now TV just to watch this, and then like, there's a lot of good stuff on there, so I'll probably just use it for a month and then, delete it again. It's only, I think it's like £10.99.
Now TV has a
I
lot
might
of
rent it.
It's cinema
Who
price,
knows?
basically.
Now
But yeah,
TV has a
I'll
lot of HBO stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And Now TV is actually
Because-
really good. They
Well, there you
joined
go.
with Sky,
There's
and
a
Sky
reason
joined with
for
it.
HBO, so
Yeah, I
yeah.
was gonna say they're not there. Sky.
Does Sky have a
So-
deal with HBO then, or is it?
Yeah.
They're not.
Well-
It's not ownership, is it? It's
No,
they
you-
got a deal with them.
Deal, yeah. Cause,
Right, yeah.
they've got Sky Atlantic channel.
They had
which
Game
is
of Game of
basically
Thrones as well
just
beforehand.
Anything HBO puts out,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
put on there.
Grey's Anatomy
Oh,
and
yeah.
that isn't that all on Sky Atlantic? as
I don't
well, believe?
know. Watchmen was there, and True Detective.
Can we actually?
and
Did we
other
did we
things,
ever talk
probably.
about that on this? I don't think we ever did we? Did you guys watch the
think so.
Watchmen series?
I didn't, but
I did.
I
Anyone?
don't.
No. Okay. It was
I
good.
haven't read it, and I don't like the film, so.
Yeah. I'm well
I've
aware,
heard it
yeah.
was good, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was good fun. Has anyone got any other news, or should we just go into everyone talking about? I kept a list, by the way, this week of things I watched.
I feel like there is news. Oh, Better Call
Oh,
Saul
yeah.
season 6 is starting filming, I believe, the last season.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
is it the
Or-
last season then?
I don't know. You know Michael Mando? He's in that show, and he posted
Yeah.
a picture of like the little cookie board thing. I don't know what they're called. Clapperboard, right?
Bored.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He posted it was like the season 6 episode 1 thing. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And that's literally all the news I have.
Is it the last season confirmed, or
Yeah,
is it
no, it's the
rumoured to
last
be?
season.
Do you
I
think
mean,
that's
I can't think
for the right reasons? Like, do you think it's about
Yeah,
done? You
definitely.
can wrap it up there and it's done. And that, yeah.
Definitely. I think 6 seasons is perfect.
And a
for
movie?
show.
Don't
No.
want.
Oh, they did do a movie, the El Camino's Turn.
Yeah, yeah, technically, yeah. No.
But if you're
but
going to
is it-
count that, then surely you've also got to count all of the series of Breaking Bad as well.
yeah,
so it'd be
that's
like
a lot more than 6
11 seasons in a movie.
and a movie. Is
Which
this
it
whole
is.
universe? Is this whole kind of like I hate the term universe for like stuff that's not. You know what I mean? Like it's not a universe. It's just that one sort of nice bubble of it's a world. They don't go into space. That doesn't happen as far as I'm aware in Breaking Bad.
Not yet.
But no, not yet. Yeah, but is this like? Is it done after this? Is that it forever? Is it just going to be left?
I don't know. I feel like there's places they can go. But
Would you want them to go though? Would you rather they kind
yeah,
of just like,
I mean,
leave it?
they're
And
all
let it be?
they're all like super competent like writers, so it's never gonna be like. I mean, I think at a certain point, I think if they are gonna do another spin-off series, it should be about like Gus or something, someone like who's like we know a lot about, but is also kind of interesting, or like Saul. But I think after that, if they do that, like they need to kind of. I feel it hasn't gotten boring yet because like they're kind of we're at that like sort of nice stage of like there's still a lot more like we're learning about stuff, and it feels like it's always been part of like that universe. But I think if they start going back and rewriting stuff, it's gonna feel a little bit kind of. It's not gonna feel as like sweet, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. It hasn't got to that stage yet. I'm really excited about season 6, and if they do anything else, then I trust them.
Yeah, no, I think that's a fair point. I think they've kind of like the fandom that is definitely there, isn't it, for more stuff to kind of be done. So yeah, no, fair enough to them. Dan, we'll go to you first, actually. Yeah, do you want to talk about what's in your background this week?
That is my copy of It that I got. I think it was 4 years ago. Whenever the first film came out, I was like, oh, I really enjoyed this. I'm going to read this book. It's a big book, as I believe most people know. As you can see, there is a bookmark about halfway through.
2017, the film came out.
Okay, then that is 4 years ago, and I just
it is. No, it is. You were right.
That I've forgotten it's 2021.
Yeah, I still think like 4 years ago was like 2013 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It all counts. But yeah, I got this far in, and it's just like, this is such a big book. It is huge. It is. Well, it got to the end of the summer, and it was just okay. I sort of lost, and now I won't stand up. I sort of just didn't have the time to read it, and it's difficult to get back into. But I thought it'd be nice to sit there.
Is it like they left a lot out, didn't they, in the movie?
Yeah, I was about to say. I was told how the book ends, and I was like,
how does the book end? How does the first one end? What happens in the first one?
It's not like how it ends as it's just more like someone told me like the lore behind like the Stephen King like world, and I was just like,
it's a bit Discworld.
Isn't he space?
Like
he's
a
space clown, isn't he?
Space turtle. Well, yeah, he's an alien. What were you saying about end of the first one?
How the fuck does the first one? How the fuck does the first
one? There's only
one
one book.
No, sorry, no. How did the first movie end? Was what I meant. Like, where is that ending?
Had a little swim, and then.
What happens to the? How do they defeat it? Where does he go?
The kids are like, oh boy, I sure hope that alien
doesn't
come back, and then it does.
Oh, he falls down a well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he doesn't do like a big scare bit. That.
It's not scary. He just sort of mumbles it.
I just remember. I remember it like we were still going to school, like walking to school together when that hat came out.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember you being like, and then at the end he just kind of looks up and goes, and I was like,
forehead's
all right,
flaking away.
So wait, so that's in the book. Is it like a halfway point there? That's kind of where the line's drawn. Is it just more of a complete story?
Both things are happening at the same time.
Right.
So when I say I'm halfway through,
so it's cutting back and forth.
I've read two. Yeah, I've read a half of each.
Like a story.
Time frame.
Yeah.
Effectively.
I watched the second one. I didn't watch the first one.
Neither set of them have defeated Pennywise.
Oh right, Pennywise. Yeah, I watched the second one. I didn't watch the first one. I don't like horror films. It's not for me. So I'm not gonna lie. I got dragged along to the second one, and that's why I watched it. I wouldn't have watched it by choice. I didn't think it was very good. I won't lie, and I think that's the general consensus, isn't it? The second one's not very good.
It's got a bit of a weak ending.
The ending's kind of shoddy.
That is a general grievance with most Stephen King books.
Yeah, I found that the ending was like I was kind of, not to be but I was expecting a big thing. This is kind of really, the first one did amazingly well, and then the second one was boring at the end. And
I saw the cast of the second one. I was like, oh.
Yeah, the cast. Like Dan says, 3/4 of that film, they're fantastic. They're amazing.
Oh yeah, the cast
really
like most of the film,
especially for the second film. The cast was like.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's really really good. What's the ending kind? Do you know the ending kind of in the book for the equivalent of the second one?
Yeah, it's a bit more. You know how they attempt the ritual of should and it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Basically, it works in the book, but it's slightly different. There's mind joining stuff. There's the entire universe is on the back of a giant space turtle or something.
Right.
But that's a joining thing for a lot of
his books, aren't they? Yeah, that's a big thing, isn't it? Yeah.
I believe it's in The Shining, another book I bought and just didn't get around to even starting that one. I got to do that at some time.
Is it The Tower? What's the one Idris Elba was in?
Dark Tower, yeah.
Is that good? Because apparently that was really good as a book, but an awful. The film wasn't.
I didn't finish the film. I haven't read the books either.
What did you think of the film? From what you did watch?
It was a bit Yeah, it was a bit
Okay.
boring, really.
All right.
But yeah, people love those books.
Yeah.
And
I
think
see,
that is
I
also
always
another
think
Space Turtle one.
Stephen
whereas
King is
something like-
he's so hit and miss, isn't he? Really, he's very a hit and miss. With
I
not
don't
author,
think
not author.
that's-
Just
no,
his films and the
author-
storyline wise, as in the
But-
film especially.
A lot of the films he also
Doesn't have it.
doesn't really like.
No, he
that
kind of
big.
steps away,
He
doesn't he? He
doesn't
doesn't
really
like 'em.
like The Shining, the good
No,
Shining.
yeah, he hates The Shining, doesn't he? Yeah.
But then he also.
I don't know if he
made his
hates
own
The Shining.
TV
I think he just hates it as like an interpretation of his work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
He doesn't like it as an adaptation of.
He's very like specific.
Did you watch Red Rum? Sorry, that's really just. Did
Doctor
anyone watch
Sleep
Red
is what
Rum?
it's
Doctor
called.
Sleep. Sorry, yeah. It
I
was
did.
advertised. It had posters
That's
that said Red Rum. That's what I'm
really
thinking of.
good.
People
Is
loved
it
that.
good?
Again, not
I
for
loved
me,
it.
but people loved it. Yeah,
I
massively.
felt like it was one of those films that like was gonna look pretty cool, and then it sort of just didn't live up to like anything. But
Ewan
no, I thought-
McGregor.
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant.
well, like Stephen
what
King's
I-
he's like got so many like do you ever find that like where like there's like a kind of like famous film, and it's like based off a Stephen King book, and you're just like, how many
course it
books
is.
did this
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
write?
yeah.
Oh,
He's
been
insane,
writing since like the
isn't he? How
70s.
old is he?
I don't know. He must be like 70 odd himself.
No, shall
I mean, he's a messed up life as well.
73.
We don't need to get into that here.
73, yeah.
So yeah, I think he's been writing since he was about 20.
Yeah, he's
He's
insane.
got a lot of those.
Yeah, we'd love to
And
have you on
a
the
lot
podcast.
a lot of good films.
Yeah, no,
Stephen,
that's speaking
if
credit,
you're
yeah.
watching, which I know
Carries
you are, I'm on
Misery
the
and-
podcast, man. Like,
Yeah, come on the
me.
pod.
Yeah.
Come on the pod. We'd love to have you on.
Stand By Me. I know it sounded sarcastic.
I
it wasn't
actually
supposed to.
love Stand
By Me.
genuinely
I
love
watched-
that film.
I watched
Movies
is that the
are
one? Is that the one with the kids that discover a body?
Yeah,
Is that
Discover
one?
Body, they go find
Yeah, the
body.
books.
They go find a body. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The book's not called Stand By Me. It's called something else.
Right.
I
went
think
and
it might be
watched.
called The Body.
I went and watched a. I've been putting a lot of Family Guy on in the background while I do things lately.
Similar like time.
And
Yeah,
no,
they're
it
on the
is
same
because
level.
there's an episode that I found very funny where it's split up into 3 mini episodes where they do the Stephen King storylines. The first one is that book, and it's obviously the Family Guy characters in it, and they take the piss. The second one is The Shining, and the third one they just completely scrap it. And in the interval, Peter's like, "This is not a Stephen King book. This is The Shawshank Redemption," and then it's The Shawshank Redemption instead. And I had no idea that the first two, like, I didn't clock they were Stephen King, and because they don't mention that they're doing Stephen King things, I just didn't clock it until he makes that sentence, and I was like, I'm an idiot. I was like, I don't know how I didn't make that. Like, oh yeah, of course, they're just doing Stephen King things. Like,
They say Shawshank's not a Stephen King book,
they do, yeah.
but it is.
Yeah, it's just...
Stephen King.
I'm pretty
Shawshank.
sure that's what they say. That might be a joke
Okay,
I just
well,
didn't pick up upon, or
Yeah,
it
you
might
haven't
just be that
paying
I
enough
was just there
attention,
like.
because
all I know is that
It
like,
was very much in the background, and it was about 3:30 in the
all
morning.
I know is
but
like
still,
the two films about his books that I know that he like really likes is Stand By Me and Shawshank Redemption.
who's in Stand By Me?
River Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
That's the next one.
I know.
I've got it up here if you want. Hang on,
I think Corey Feldman's in it.
Yeah, Jerry O'Connell,
Yep.
Will Wheaton.
Yeah, of course. Wesley Crusher himself, and I think Kiefer Sutherland's in it.
Yeah,
as
Keith
one of the
Sutherland's in it as well.
older
Yeah,
brothers. It's a really good
yeah.
film.
See, I
will just-
haven't watched it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
I
time.
should probably give it a watch.
Before we get too far away from it, I just want to say I can't imagine the Family Guy version of The Shining is better than the Simpsons version of The Shining.
It's not. Like,
I
as
can't
in, yeah,
imagine
no, the
Family
Simpsons
Guy
one's 10
version
times
of
better.
anything being better than the Simpsons version. I think.
That's
Family
fair.
Guy,
Even,
Star
like,
Wars.
new
Family Guy,
Simpsons.
Star Wars, I put
Like-
above the Simpsons, to
But
be honest.
Simpsons
but,
haven't really done any Star Wars stuff.
No, they haven't. They haven't indeed. I also actually,
The
sorry,
Shining is
just
brilliant.
as a nice segue, I watched the first 4 or 5 episodes of Futurama. I've
Nice.
never watched it
Excellent stuff.
before, and really enjoyed it.
Oh,
Really had a good laugh. You know what I found a really good joke is Richard Nixon in a glass jar.
Oh yeah.
I thought that's
Oh, he'll
fucking
come back
hilarious. He becomes president of the world, right? That
Yes.
happens. Good. So
Yeah.
the first scene, I think it's the first episode, they knock over someone's head in that library.
I would
It might be
try to tell
Nixon's.
you,
They try
but
and crack
there are-
Nixon's, I think.
no,
But the point is that's where I was like, my god, they fucking nailed the joke there with the fact that like, what's the robot? I can't remember the names. What's the robot
Bender.
called? Bender. When are they doing the? What is it?
He
The
bends
suicide.
girders.
The suicide
Oh,
machine.
the suicide booth.
And he's like, he just keeps
in the
paying for things. And they're like, he's like, I didn't want to share. And you're like, it was very good fun. I really enjoyed that. I really, really enjoyed that. And then yeah, I thought that was really good fun. I'm gonna keep watching it. That I think is gonna be my kind of background show now.
Don't make it too background. You need to pay attention to
Okay, all right. I'll try and keep some.
Especially
background
later
show,
on.
and I'm like, just watch it. Like,
That's not a background
How-
show.
I
It's a
it,
video.
like
I literally can't
yeah, I
watch
know.
anything in the background. I have to have, like, unless it's like a show I've seen like about 1,000 times. Like, I have to like put my full attention into it, because otherwise I just,
No, I can't. I'm not like that. I have to have
No,
I'm
'cause it's
I'm
not-
like
it's not
hyperactive. I have
necessarily
to
that,
do
like,
things.
I won't. It's just like I have to pay attention to like one thing. So like I'll like if I'm playing like a game or in the background like writing or something, like I'll have to like pay my full attention to that. So I won't be listening to the thing in the background, and then like the only thing I can do with really is music. Cause like and then like I'll look over and it's like an hour's passed and like I've missed the entire plot or something. But I can't watch something.
Dan, you're like that. Do you listen to music and stuff while you do things? This is a very not on podcast topic.
I do listen
but
to
still.
music when I do things. Yeah, not when I'm watching films or TV though.
No, that would be weird. Even I have to admit that would be very bizarre. I usually find myself like if I've got work stuff to do or I'm playing a game of some kind, I have to have a noise in the background. It's just something for me. Like I like having a filler kind of noise. I'll be honest. It's actually why working in a bar was really nice, because there's always background music on and I have control of the music. So that was good fun. I'd always play all my funky jams. Okay, shall we go into Dan? You can actually lead on. Just go ahead and lead on. What have you been watching, or anything that you are
Do
interested?
the jingle game.
I'm doing a jingle now.
You're doing a
Okay.
jingle now. That's how it works.
What have we been watching?
That was horrific.
That's great. So, alright,
Great,
sorry.
thank you.
I meant
I so would have expected you two to have switched opinion there. I did not expect Dan to be like awful, and Jimmy to go great. Go on, then, Dan.
So the other day, I rewatched one of my favourite documentaries.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I'm high class stuff at documentary.
what do you watch?
And the documentary, A Grand Night In, the Aardman story. So, Aardman, as in the Wallace and Gromit people.
Oh, I saw it. It's on
So-
Netflix, isn't it? Netflix or
Yes.
Amazon? Netflix,
So,
yeah.
Netflix. So, I think in 2015, for the 40th anniversary of Aardman,
Yeah.
they did this documentary about all this stuff, and I love this stuff, you know. Those original Wallace and Gromit shorts
Morph as well. That's Morph as well,
yes.
isn't it?
Oh,
yeah.
It starts off with Morph. That's
Morph
how
was
it
their
all
first
came
thing.
about.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, Morph is brilliant. He's just like, huh?
I
And just,
really
like,
hope
slop
anyone,
at Chaz for wearing a
I mean, let's be
funky
honest,
tie.
no one's watching from anywhere but the UK. But if you are, you're so confused. This is
there might be
quality
people-
They
there might be
stuff.
probably
people
aren't
watching.
capable.
Really?
Well, the great thing, they get, people who have been in, this was sort of around when Pirates and Adventure was signed, whatever that film's called, and like
Yeah.
David Tennant and people.
Yeah, I'm
and
looking at the
Hugh
list now.
Grant,
Mine
and they're
Freeman
on.
and such. Yeah.
And then they get on Brad Bird, the director of The Incredibles and Ratatouille,
Oh,
and
wow.
Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons and Futurama, to talk about, because these are people from animation,
Yeah, they understand the kind
to
of
talk about one of the first big
massive
like,
animation. things,
animated things.
yeah. Is it all still done? I mean, they're not. Is Wallace and Gromit even still going? It's not going, is it?
They do things every now and then. They probably won't make another one because Peter Sellers died
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
years back.
But was it always claymation? They never stopped claymation.
The
stuff?
only
Did it
thing,
kind of, what-
thing they made two films at once.
I could just watch the documentary,
flushed
but instead I'll just quiz Dan on it. So
flushed
go on.
away.
Right?
which
Yeah. Okay.
is-
Yeah.
CG, but made to look like the clay stuff.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember if you remember this film, Arthur Christmas. I
I
always
do.
forget that it's Aardman.
I do.
Because it doesn't look like Aardman.
No. No.
Um,
Now you've said it, it does not look anything like them. But yeah.
But yeah, it's just, slightly unfortunately, because of when this was made, they did also talk to John Lasseter, who is a terrible person,
Mhm.
but, obviously big in the Pixar world, so it makes sense to talk to them. And, but these people are talking about how, like, the chase scene on the trains in The Wrong Trousers
Mhm.
heavily influenced the Buzz and Woody trying to get into the removal van at the end of
Oh,
Toy
really?
Story.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. That's very cool.
I thought you were going to say the train seat from Skyfall.
Yes.
It might have. I mean, they didn't ask.
Take the bloody shot, Wallace. Take the shot, Wallace.
But, you know, obviously these things are big because Nick Park, who, you know, creator of Wallace and Gromit and then was hired by Aardman, has won 4 Oscars.
Yeah.
He got his first Oscar wasn't with A Grand Day Out, because that went up against another one of his things. I don't know if you've heard of Creature Comforts.
No.
That's just another thing he made. That's
Okay,
quite
right,
good.
yeah.
You know, just talk to people about their lives, but then animated it to make them seem like they're animals in a zoo. Sort of how these things, you know, how they feel trapped in their lives and how it mirrors that sort of thing. But that one, and then he won for Wrong Trousers, A Close Shave, which has got a Terminator dog in it. So cool. It's so weird though, isn't it? They go to the movie,
it does,
it's made
doesn't
of
it?
cheese, Wrong Trousers, penguin criminal that pretends to be a chicken, A Close Shave, Terminator dog. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, that is.
The last short then there's the movie, Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Yeah,
Do I need to say anymore?
Very, very famous. Like, I feel like every person our age and a little bit older than us as well, maybe like 4 or 5 years older than us, all have watched that. That's like everyone has watched that.
Well, that
at
also,
some point.
That won Best Animated Feature, so, you know, gets to claim the prize of beating a Pixar film.
The Penguin,
At least
by the
I'm
way, is in my opinion the best cinematic villain ever.
Absolutely.
He's
just
my
know
hero.
straight away that
Sorry,
there's
there was a
something off
video
about this
game
guy.
of The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. What?
Yeah. But then, like, Chicken Run is the reason there's even the best animated picture at the Oscars. They made that, and the next year they're like,
Really? I didn't know
people are properly putting effort into these films, and so the next year they introduced it, and Shrek won. So
Should we
thank
actually?
you, Aardman.
Yeah, very much so.
that. 2001 was like such a great year for animation.
I know.
Everything
Can
got
you
stepped up.
believe that-
Everything in those very short, like that very short time gap, everything kind of went from, like you say, Dan, kind of like, you know, yeah, it's a nice kids thing. To
Well,
like,
that's one of my
this
favorites.
is
One of my favorite things is like Toy Story. 2 of the things that influenced it, Wallace and Gromit, and Jimmy,
Toys.
you may not even know what this next thing is. Gabriel, you do, just because I go on about it so often. Veggie Tales.
yes,
I know what
Veggie Tales.
is. Come on, I know what that is.
Well, I don't know.
I love Veggie
But
Tales.
that was.
Dan, you have a playlist on your Spotify of the Veggie
I
Tales
do have
tunes.
a Veggie Tales playlist.
That's
We
I mean,
cruised
because
around
that-
Wales to Veggie Tales tunes.
That was one of the first like
Oh, yeah.
proper 3D animated things.
Yeah.
Pixar went to those guys and like, do you mind if you walk us through some of this because it's great.
Yeah. No, I think they definitely. I saw that. I'm assuming you put it on the list. I'm assuming.
Well,
But
I've been wanting to rewatch it for years.
Right.
because,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
know, I love Armin, and I just I googled it the other day
Yeah.
to see if I could find it anywhere. It's like available on Netflix. I'm like,
Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah. I saw it and was like, I need to watch that.
no, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
I think they're things that I don't remember how. No, I don't remember. Not I don't remember. I don't like realize how good these things were because we were kids when we watched them and loved them and grew up with them and stuff. And so, like, I haven't seen Curse of the Were-Rabbit in a long, long time, and yet I know that film's amazing. Like, I know it is. I know that the final sequence where he's going around on like the rockets they're going around in the
Yes,
sky
well,
is
they're
fucking
planes
brilliant.
from
Planes, sorry, yeah.
a merry-go-round.
Merry-go-round, yeah. No, like
Dogs
that
controlling
great
them.
fucking
It's
scene.
a dogfight.
Yeah, and
Perfect comedy.
it's amazing. It's really, really good. And I'm sure if we watch it back now as well, like you say, there's loads of in-jokes that we could probably pick up
Yeah.
on.
And well, yeah, for one, there's a bit when Wallace and Lady Tottington are in a greenhouse on top of the thing. She's like showing him her produce, and she stands in front of a couple of melons.
Yep, joke. Joke.
Very funny stuff.
That's a classic one.
But
Joke.
also, it's so impressive. And not to say like there's not as much effort going into CG animation, but the amount of time it takes to just,
Do
you set
anything,
everything
yeah.
up, take
Yeah.
a picture, and then you have to move like a finger like this.
Have any of you guys ever tried
Take a
stop
picture.
motion stuff?
I used to do it
No,
on
not
Lego when I
really,
was
because it
younger.
just.
I was gonna say I've done it with
Seems
Lego
like
when I was
so
younger.
much effort.
Lego and toys as a kid, it was like I think that's my dad being like, you can't go out and film with other people necessarily yet because you want to do this film stuff. You should try this. And like 30 minutes in as a kid, I'm like, I'm bored. This is shit.
There was
I
always a
can't,
pattern.
like Dan, like you say, I'm like, I've moved him a tiny bit and it doesn't look any different. I don't understand.
There was
point.
always a pattern with my like stop motion animations, and that was the first, I guess like 4 seconds would look really, really good. And then it would slowly see bigger gaps in movement in between, like the frame rate changed. And then it would just like, by the end of it, it'd just be like, figure standing here, and then it'd be there immediately.
His legs aren't moving anymore, just
Yeah.
stood upright.
I used to watch
time.
loads of those, like, you remember on YouTube you used to find like hundreds of videos of guys that made with like Lego clone troopers and clone armies.
That
and
was a
stuff.
real phase of like.
I'd watch
being
like
all over YouTube.
hundreds of those. Like
Yeah,
they must
early
have
YouTube.
been early YouTube blowing up.
I remember
like, that
when
was...
like I remember when the day I first discovered YouTube, and I just like it was basically just like those little Lego animations and like just loads of like random shit.
It's funny,
just
I think
sat
to
it
myself
down
now,
for,
like,
A
you know
simpler
how
time.
Yeah.
very much so. You know how like you think now like kids watch toy openings and things, and I don't quite get it. Like the Kinder Surprise openings, I'm like, it's not for me. But like,
Yeah, it's just parents profiting off their own kids.
yeah, and you know, and
It's scummy,
make and
guys.
yeah, exactly, yeah, get a job.
You know they're not
but,
putting any of that money into
towards
some
their
account
kids.
for the kids.
Nope,
They're never going to see any of that.
nope.
Kids never going to university.
Nope. But I always think like, oh, it baffles me, but it actually isn't that complicated. Like we all watched that kind of thing on YouTube when we were kids. It was just YouTube was so much more simple that like there was like one, maybe two interesting channels doing like, oh, toys, and you're just clicking as a child.
Well, I think when I was
Now
young,
there's
when,
just
when we were young,
millions
was
of
like, it's like, oh, how could you sit watch people play video games all day on like YouTube or whatever? They'd be like, ah, shut up. And now it's like, oh, how could you carry on watching this person? He filmed a man who killed himself.
yeah, big difference.
Like-
Big difference.
I feel like there's like being a real like shift in like what we need to like worry about like kids.
Yeah,
like it
it's-
used to
yeah.
be like the worst thing in the world is that like your kid was watching someone else play a game. On, like, these.
Yeah, stop
Now
watching
it's like-
GTA 5 videos. You're 13. Yeah, no, yeah. Now it's very much different. It's like stop watching clickbait titles.
Now
with
it's like
half
watch
naked
these
people in the
two
photo thumbnail.
rich people beat the shit out of each other. Boxing ring.
You've got a real vendetta against this. Just a second
Yeah,
comment
you
you made
suck.
about it this week.
No, I don't have a moment.
Yes.
I just find it really interesting. Like,
Earlier this week, Dan, he made a point that he was gonna fight previous guest Rob Watson on a KSI
yeah, no, I said I'm gonna do a charity
like
box.
fight.
I haven't actually told Rob this yet.
Yeah, which like Jimmy seems to be going for these people's
No,
necks.
I'm not going for them. I find it like really interesting because that's like if I had to think of the two like types of people who would be least suited to fight in a boxing ring, it would be YouTubers. And the fact that like two YouTubers
stereotypical style. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I find most interesting about it? People always, you think about it as, oh, KSI versus Logan Paul, but that's not where it started, is
Nope.
it?
No,
It was
it was,
KSI versus
Joe
Joe
Weller is where it
Well,
started.
because
yeah.
that was
He
was
lost
the
that,
one
and then that was it for his career on the internet.
well, that
Joe
wasn't 'cause
Weller has not done
I
anything
watched that one.
since.
I watched that one like.
No, he
Like,
commentates
I mean-
on the other matches.
Yeah.
he was
Sky have
actually,
him as a commentator for it
he
now.
was-
Yeah.
he was
Sounds
at,
like- oh, I
commentary
remember it.
for, like the second fight. I actually find them like really entertaining and interesting to watch, but like I don't know, I just think it's kind of funny.
It's funny that on that note though, like it actually goes. If the actual technical art, it goes further back than Joe Weller. Joe Weller started it all
Yeah.
by having one of his best mates in just a regular gym, and then it
Just for a
literally
bit of laugh.
spiraled out. Yeah, and then this is completely not what we do on the show. But then KSI was like, oh, "I'll fight the winner," and then it literally spiraled out of control. Like now it's
That's
so
sort
far
of when
gone.
that weird period of everybody having beef with everybody else on YouTube
Yeah.
started, wasn't it?
Yeah, and now
Like,
we're
everyone was doing a
back to
diss
like.
track on someone.
Now
It
we're
was
back.
really
You know what we're
weird.
back to now is we've done a weird 360
Yeah,
where like
I was
everyone
like-
did beat diss tracks,
like-
so now everyone takes the piss out of each other for doing diss
Everyone-
tracks. We've done like a
everyone was
really
doing
weird
diss
360.
It was so
I mean,
funny.
the
It
only
was like,
people are doing
it's like
diss tracks
Markiplier
now.
doing a diss track.
you might find Morgs and Morgs' mum are still doing them.
Morgs' mum hasn't uploaded in a long time. Sorry, I know that she hasn't uploaded in a very long time.
You're subscribed, aren't you, Gabriel?
I am, yeah. No, I'm
You're
not.
just
I'm
like,
not.
oh,
I watch.
where's the
I know that
content
like
gone?
I watch
well as
enough
dried
YouTube
up.
that I kind of get like I keep kind of tabs on stuff, but I don't watch like that much that I'm or constantly on it. I try and stay off it because personally I find that I can spend hours rotting my life away on YouTube.
Just quickly to go
Yeah,
further
go for it.
into this YouTube rabbit hole.
Rabbit hole.
I
Yeah.
recently started watching the lockpicking lawyer. It's just this guy. He does like 3 to 10 minute videos of him being like, okay, here's a key lock I bought. Here's me picking it and then going through how secure it is. I don't know why I enjoy watching it. I just do.
Oh, that's sorry.
like,
I've actually had a. I watched the video. Have any of you guys watched the? Either of you guys watched the Total Wipe? Not Total Wipeout. It's called something else. The like, what's the American version? The Ninja something challenge course thing they do. I don't know. You know what I'm on about.
American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, that one.
Sketchy's Castle is the big one, right?
Yeah, so a guy did a thing with squirrels like that. He builds a whole course for squirrels around his neighborhood, and I swear to God, it's half an hour long, and it's one of the best things I've ever watched on YouTube. Like, he just literally names these squirrels that just keep coming back every now and then. He finds out what their weaknesses are and their strengths, and then he literally he has the course.
How did he find that out?
It's fucking amazing. And then you watch these squirrels constantly attempting this course, and the prizes at the end, they hit like a pressure plate and a load of nuts fall down, and they get like a load of nuts to, you know, eat and become fat. But like the point is that they keep doing this course because they keep wanting to get into the nuts, and it's fucking brilliant. It's a really good video. I loved it. I'd highly recommend. Go check that out. I don't know what it's called, but go check that shit out.
Just work it out.
Yeah, just Google like squirrel assault course and you'll find it or some shit like that. And then for Dan's guy, just Google like lockpick man or something. Like, what was he called again, Dan?
Lockpicking lawyer.
Lockpicking lawyer.
How did you know
Jesus
that?
Christ.
Come on, Gabriel.
Sounds like a community episode title, you know?
It just randomly got.
Sounds like
It was just on my recommend. It was like it came up a couple of times. Like I'm not doing anything else. Why not?
I used to have like anyone else used to start like you'd put on your favorite YouTuber, and then like 3 hours later you're watching like how giraffes get fed, and you're like, then you have the moment where you're like, how the fuck have I ended up here?
I think it used to be like that before I realized that you could sync up a Google account with like when I was like a lot younger, before I had like a Google account to like sync it up with like my YouTube. So I'd like type it in every single time.
Yeah.
Like, looking for a favorite YouTuber, and I'd watch like 4 videos. Yeah, and then like by the end of it, I was watching like really random
I've ended
stuff.
up on like documentaries that are 3 hours long and been like, I don't know how I've got here, but sure. Like I know more about the pyramids than I do about my friends' birthdays.
There's like a very very like specific like thing like on YouTube, which is like sort of people who live in like countries with like weird animals just going out and like when I say weird animals, I mean like animals that like aren't even really animals. They're just like weird like creatures that like I don't know, just live in like random places.
Mythical beasts.
You know, but like you know those videos where like people go like fishing for like eels, whatever, and there's like a hole in the ground or something. It's like, is that like
those
is that
the
you notice
fabricated videos? Where
by the way,
dig
we've got a
hole,
minute.
put
We've got a
something in it,
minute.
and
Dan,
then
do you want
pull
to
it
clap? Dan, do you want to clap? We got a minute. Yeah,
Wasn't very
boy.
good. Let me do it again. Yeah, that's more like it.
You got it.
That's more like it.
But yeah, there's like a weird subgenre on YouTube, which is just like it's also like those like who are those 2 guys who just build like swimming pools out of mud?
Oh my god, I've watched so many fucking hours of those people.
But
and it's always like
there's like
5:30
really,
a.m.
really-
They come up in my search.
Exactly, but there's like a
suggestions.
really really weird trend, like a really weird like genre on YouTube that only appears to you after like 12 o'clock, and it's usually when you're about to go to bed. And it's just like people in like the wild, either hunting or building things. It's
It
so
worries
weird.
me when it's definitely. I mean, it definitely is a YouTube algorithm thing. But like, I get when you get the sleep adverts late at night. Like they'll give you the adverts in between that are like, you should try this app where I'm a famous actor talking to you in a soothing voice, tell you a story. That worries me. Like, yeah.
Tom Cruise is the last person you want to like talk to you to go to sleep.
That's the
He'd be,
last
like, shouting
person.
in your face.
He'd be like,
really excited.
hey! Oh my god! All right, okay, thanks. Hi, Tom. But yeah, no, I find like that worries me to think like, what else am I being suggested at like 3 in the morning if you're suggesting that?
Do you guys get creeped out by like things like ad work? Because I really don't. Well, I find it actually kind of convenient. Like you know, like when like you look up like headphones or whatever, and then like headphones start appearing. Like people
No,
like,
I'm not-
find that, like,
I'm not really
weird and
fussed.
creepy,
It's
and
not
I'm
like-
just like it's like convenient, right? Like
I chop and change in my opinion of it. Like sometimes I'll be like, sure, why not? I don't really care. Just sure, show me something that I googled half an hour ago. Other times I was like, no, you're not having my information. But then what will happen is I'll get shown just some random advert that has nothing to do with me, and I'll get annoyed. Like, why are you showing me this?
But
The
to be
worst one
fair,
is
this isn't
to be
anything.
fair, I would
Remember, do you remember
rather
Wish on
have...
Facebook? you ever scroll through Facebook and Wish has just suggested things?
Yeah.
I have that one, and it's
So
always
it's
the most random as shit as well.
I'd rather have
insane.
that like aimed at me, like because of things I'm interested in, as opposed to some of the other ads on the internet.
Ironically, you know what? Genuinely, the worst one for advertising stuff that like I reckon I've searched in the past is Facebook, which just shows you like they definitely got all of my data. Because like I go on Facebook and I see 30 things I want to buy.
Yeah, but I mean,
I
haven't got anything to hide. Like,
no, neither have I. I don't really give a fuck about.
Also,
but, like,
I think like 1 billion people use Facebook. So. I mean,
yeah, I'm really not an interesting person. I used to make that point to people
like
if an FBI man's watching me through my camera, he's gonna be like, "Damn, this kid does not go off his computer."
Yeah, like
that's
how many
it.
people do you
Like-
think like are watching you?
Like you're gonna have a really boring afternoon
Go
watching
home,
me
man.
just
Like go
do
home to your
shit, yeah.
family. What are you doing?
Go home, man. I like the idea they just employ like us lot teenagers who just have nothing to do with their spare time. Just they're like, you can do the job. You can just do this.
Yeah, but then
just
you have
sit
to,
here
like-
and watch these.
Then you have to
men.
just like sit like, you know like when like you're watching a video with your headphones on, and like to you you're getting all that information, but to anyone else in the room with you, you're staring at a screen for like 3 hours at complete silence. Like,
Yeah.
that must be the most boring.
Have you lot actually? This is interesting. This is like a really. Have you guys seen Snowden?
Not personally, no. Where is
Tom's
it?
got.
I
Russia.
I've climbed it.
He's
I've
in
climbed it a
Russia.
couple times.
Yeah,
I
he's
saw
in
the
Russia.
I saw the John Oliver.
For fuck's sake.
Edward Snowden.
Yeah, obviously, I mean the biopic. It's a biopic, isn't it? Is it a biopic? It's
Is-
not really a.
Do you say
kind of is.
biopic or biopic?
Biopic. I
Just
say
quickly.
biopic.
So do I.
I say biopic.
Okay,
Is it
good. You-
biography
you-
picture,
biopic.
right? Biography
Yeah.
picture is what it stands for. It's a
I think
biopic.
it's more an American thing saying biopic, and it's just like shut
No,
up,
yeah,
you
it's
idiots,
not one word. It
wrong.
should be. It's two
It's
abbreviations.
biography picture. Why would
Yeah,
it ever
yeah.
be biopic?
But yeah, the Snowden one I actually quite like. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's really good in it. I quite enjoyed that movie. Dan, we've completely gone off track, to be honest. Is there anything else you've watched this week that you want to chat about?
My Blu-ray of Shin Godzilla finally arrived.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you watch it?
A
How was
month
it?
and a half. So I watched it. Well, I've seen it before, but it's
Oh,
brilliant.
right. Oh,
and
yeah.
what better day to talk about it than 10 years after the events it's talking about? Because that was
Hiroshima.
March 11th.
Is it?
No,
Oh,
not
shit,
Hiroshima.
wrong
The
one.
tsunami that was 10 years ago.
Hiroshima,
Yeah.
that was 10 years ago. Sorry, are we going to just gloss over that one? Okay.
No, I didn't say Hiroshima was 10 years ago. I said tsunami. He said
No, I
Hiroshima.
know, not you.
But
I mean,
no, yeah, it's really good. And yeah,
It is good.
I
It's
watched it
weird.
with the subtitles rather than the dub. But I have Blu-ray came with both, so I might
Yeah.
try the other one.
Have
at
you?
some
Has it got a cool cover? I don't suppose you've got it
point.
next
It
to you.
does. I don't. It's
Oh,
downstairs.
sad. Oh, there's no
And I
point.
can't be
Don't worry.
bothered to go get it.
No, that's
It
fair
has-
enough.
It
I
has
wouldn't.
like
Yeah.
the Mission Impossible 2 cover, so
It's got the
Like
it's
the,
got
like,
a side-on
electric
profile
guitar.
of Shin Godzilla in his most Godzilla-like form.
it looks exactly like the
It's just black and then it's red
Lincoln
background.
poster. There's that meme isn't there where it's like the two posters next to each other being like suggested. It's just like it's like Lincoln and then like Shin Godzilla. It's like you might like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Have I been watching anything else? Over the past week, I rewatched all of The Office. And Gabriel, I know immediately after I said that, you're like,
Week.
how can you watch all of The Office in a week? That's not enough time. Because that's the
Why have I become
Right.
weirdly
That was
like
a really good
somewhat
impression.
territorial Asian? What the fuck was that?
Asian?
Oh,
God.
Gabe, you didn't have to
That was
mention
dumb.
It was.
It
Go on,
wouldn't
no,
have
carry
been
on, sorry,
racist
go
if
on.
you hadn't mentioned it.
I wasn't doing. I didn't hear that. That was just my
Okay, alright.
sort of almost
he was
caveman
doing, he was
voice,
doing
but
the
not
dumb
quite.
voice.
Yeah.
Come on, Dan.
But that's because I rewatched all of the British Office. Because
Ah,
that's
of course.
14 episodes.
Of course.
Easy to do it in a week. It's
Yeah.
really good. I love it.
Yeah.
That's basically what I have to say about that. I just wanted to be
It is
mean to
I like
you, Gabriel Moreno.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I watched anything? I have also been rewatching Dave Gorman's Modern Life is Goodish. I don't know if either of you have watched that or have even heard of
Why
Dave
have I
Gorman.
heard of it? Why did I?
He's a comedian. He's
That might
very
be why.
funny.
Okay.
I think you'd enjoy it. And he's put it every single episode on his YouTube channel.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Free
So
content.
just go give that a watch.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Each episode is 45 minutes long, and they're all there.
How
in
many
their
are there?
entirety.
I'm interested.
5 series.
Okay,
some
cool.
of them are 6 episodes, some of them are 8.
Oh, so there's a good chunk then. All right, sweet. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'll definitely give that a watch then. Definitely for sure. Is
Anything
that
else? Anything else?
Go on.
Still watching old Doctor Who with my dad.
How's
Never gonna
that? How
stop
far
until
through
I've
that
seen
are you? Never gonna
I
stop.
don't know,
ever. Even if
because we're just watching bits whenever. It's
So-
like,
so
let's
wait, are
watch
you-
this now.
Because you've been watching this since the show started, and since then, I think
Well, I have been
Gabe's-
watching it since the
Gabe's
show
been
started.
married and divorced. He's had like children who have grown up and gone to university.
No, I finished rewatching
but
the
at,
new
like,
run.
So like, how like are you gonna watch like the entire like every single episode, or are you just gonna like?
I don't know. That's what I did with the new episodes between when this started and Christmas.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's
you did
easy.
You did that.
It's something
yeah.
I've done before, not a problem. But now with the older stuff, so everything from the 60s to the 90s, me and my dad will watch an episode. We'll be like, okay, today we want to watch an episode with the Master in. We'll just randomly pick something because we've gone through all of the stuff he
Like-
remembers watching when he was a kid.
For any American viewers, we don't measure Doctor Who in series; we measure them in decades.
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, there's
Decades
a
or possibly
fucking
by
lot of it.
Doctor.
there's a lot of
There's a
it.
lot of it. I didn't
There's a
think
lot
I'd be
of it.
going for this long because, at this point I am now paying for the BritBox subscription, but I think it's totally worth it. So,
No,
Yeah, you got money back.
So-
You got money back at the moment, Dan. You got some money. You got some money
Yeah,
there that you
yeah.
wouldn't have had beforehand. So, yeah, fair enough.
But, I think.
Is there anything else on
everything.
BritBox that's actually that you've looked at, or
There's other things. I haven't watched any of it.
it's
Well, there's
just Doctor
Thunder-
Who service?
I think the Thunderbirds is on there. Basically,
Okay.
that's the only
You're
reason I'm
forgetting
there.
about the Doctor Who spin-off Class.
Class is not on there.
Oh, Class
the-
is
Class
the-
on there? What is
the pilot-
fantastic.
The pilot for K9 and Company is on there, but I haven't
Is that
watched
also a Doctor Who spin-off?
it. Yeah, it's got Sarah Jane in it. And
I think me and Rob mentioned it
K9.
briefly in a previous episode, but
What
Well,
you got?
we
What you
talked
got?
about
we were
Class
both
before.
in the.
What have you got there, Dan?
Chocolate Orange.
we were both. Me and Rob were both in the same media studies class, or GCSEs, and we sat next to each other because we were the only two people who. How do I put this without sounding like it? Who were normal, and we had to. One of the things we had to study was
They
like,
made you watch all 700
diversity,
episodes of Doctor
the
Who.
diversity in class.
Oh,
and
just-
in my opinion, Class has quite possibly the worst forced diversity in anything I've ever seen in my entire life.
it's not.
And they were
great. It is-
like, tell us how you think, I don't know, women are represented in this show, and I was just like, fucking horribly. It's so bad, like, but you weren't meant to say that because you were meant to think it did a good job when actually
It
Right.
was not. No one thinks Class is good. I mean, I watched.
It's
all of it
horrible.
because
I think we
I'm
need to bring back the
evidently
segment.
insane.
I think we need to bring back the segment of Extra Sauce each week, but we'll just put it in the podcast. And I think
No,
Class
'cause
should be
I
one of the
don't
things we
wanna-
watch.
I downright refuse to ever watch that show ever again.
Gabe, you're only
Do you
saying
know
that
the
because
one
you are the
time-
only person who hasn't seen it. So
Yeah,
I haven't
you're
watched.
not
No,
aware of
I
how
don't
bad
watch.
it is.
I don't watch. Like I don't get me wrong.
It's-
I've made
it's
an effort at
awful.
some points in my life to watch a lot of Doctor Who stuff, and I like it. But
Um,
I have a really bad
will say-
reaction to looking at a lot of stuff and just going and so yeah.
There was one good bit in Class, and that was in the last episode when the Doctor turned up.
Oh,
Hey, it's Peter
I
Capaldi.
would go
I like
further
you.
than that, and I would say
you were
it's the
like,
best-
this is the best moment of my last
I would,
8
I would
weeks.
actually say that the best part of Class was in the last episode when the credits start.
That's a
Okay,
good
good.
point.
All right,
What
good.
about
Okay.
The stinger
Yeah.
just before the credits when it turned out there were weeping angels as a
Yeah.
setup for the next
I'm
series.
still waiting to
that was
season
never
2.
made
I'm
because
still waiting.
I want to know what was going on with those weeping angels.
Oh,
we'll
man, I
never
just-
find
I
out.
just-
Neither of you would watch it if it
I
came
haven't-
back
I haven't
today.
slept
It
tonight
would.
since-
I would watch it because I'm an idiot.
I would,
must-
I
And it would go on
shouldn't.
BritBox.
I would watch it, but
Yeah.
there would have to be some substances I would have to do before I decided to watch it.
That's how Jimmy watches everything. That's how Jimmy gets through the edit of this podcast as
That's
well.
how I don't remember any of the stuff we spoke about in the show.
We've been chatting about. Shall I I'm not gonna lie, this is the first week when we've done this I've actually kept track of what I've been watching. There isn't that much, but
I watched one
Kind of.
more thing.
Oh, go on.
WandaVision. Suck it. I said it first.
Yeah, no, yeah, well done. Jimmy, did you finish it by the way?
I finished it at 3 this morning.
Yay! I had a conversation with Jimmy yesterday. I had a conversation with Jimmy yesterday where Jimmy was like, I'm gonna get through the whole thing. I'm 2 episodes in.
Me and Gabe's
You've not been watching it weekly.
Me and Gabe's lesson ended at 4 yesterday, and I basically sat and watched it for like almost 12 hours. Obviously, with breaks in between, it's not actually that long. But I got through all of it. Well, I sat down and watched it. I watched the first episode. Well, so the third episode. I've already seen the first. I watched the third episode, and I took a break, and then I watched the rest of it like just straight because I was like, I want to be finished with it.
We'll do a roundup. We'll do a proper deep dive into it at another point, I think. But should we just get everyone's opinions real quick on the series as a whole?
I liked it.
Loved it. Yeah, loved it. Really had a good time.
Wasn't disappointed by any of it.
Wasn't disappointed. I must say as well, really refreshing from Marvel. Like, really great job in making it. Dan, I think me and you said this really early on to each other. Like, it's something different, which is fucking amazing to see and really, really nicely done. I don't think.
I'm looking forward to.
Loki, I think, is the one that's going to be as different.
That's going to be different in a different way.
Yeah.
But I'm also looking forward to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is going to be like other things.
I'm looking forward to that more.
Yeah. Loki or Falcon. Loki.
For like WandaVision. Because I was actually kind of interested in the concept of it, and then they're like, oh, but also Falcon and Soldier was like, I kind of like that.
It'll be what the other Marvel movies are, which I'm fine with. I'm completely fine with, like Dan says, and it's good in its own way. But yes, I appreciate why some people can find it.
I was genuinely tempted Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Yeah, I was kind of genuinely tempted to like not even like watch the new shows that are coming out because I'm kind of done with this like, whole superhero thing. And I sort of watched WandaVision. I was like I'm probably gonna give them all the chance because they're trying something new, you know, and like
they're making movements to doing stuff.
I do have one criticism with WandaVision, and it's kind of like
fake fan.
I know how dare I have an opinion about something I've been investing in for about 10 years
Disney
now.
Disney aren't gonna like this. We're gonna get sued, Jimmy.
I know, but also
they pay us to give them good reviews, Jimmy. All right.
Sorry, Disney, but
they pay me to give us good reviews.
Well, they pay you. They don't pay me. This is my show, Gabe. I edit it and maintain the YouTube channel, and also get locked out of the Twitter account.
Sorry, that's a story we have to cover as well.
I'll tell that after.
Yeah. Go on. Sorry, go on, Jimmy.
It's the fact that I watched the first episode and I sat through the credits because I was expecting it to be end credits scene. It wasn't, and then there was like 2 end credit scenes in the last like 2 penultimate one.
Yeah, 2 or 3 episodes
and the penultimate episode.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, I didn't realize that. And I got to the last episode, and I didn't realize how crucial the end credits scene was for the penultimate
for the
episode.
previous
episode. I didn't know it existed, and then all of a sudden, spoilers. Can I spoil it?
Look, if spoiler warning here.
Albino Vision flies in, and he like starts ruining everything. I'm like, what the fuck did this come from? I thought I missed an episode. And then
that's the idea.
I looked
You're there like,
I paused the episode. I was like, I frantically looked up like if there was like an end credit scene. So like, it didn't really make it very clear because to be fair, there were like 7 minutes of credits, which is like a feature film
long
length
list of credits. Yeah.
And I'm just like,
it is the highest. It's the highest budgeted. It's the highest budgeted and highest costing TV show of all time, I believe. Past Game of Thrones by quite a mile.
Because
Game of Thrones didn't have a huge
Game of Thrones.
Well,
no,
it was
per
like,
series, obviously per series, but like
something
23 better than the entirety of Game of Thrones.
Crazy.
Yeah, it had but like they literally go about it like they're just filming 2 movies back to back, basically. That's the equivalent of like time length, and then they're just putting it all into
production
episodes.
value.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Also,
I think
once again,
basically
the credit length of a feature film was.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a point in most of these shows. They're not. I think it's going to be the same with Kenobi as well. They're not going to be designed to be long, ongoing things. It's a way to have a movie-like story.
Yeah, I agree.
In a longer format.
Would we agree that's the Mandalorian's kind of thing? Because I'd say that's I think that
Mandalorian's more set up to be an actual TV. We're obviously not going to get another series of WandaVision, are we?
I really like limited series, like limited run series. I think they like done a lot better because they don't run out of steam, and also it's easier to like. It's more accessible because it's not as daunting when you start a new show.
I must admit,
I mean, for the amount of times I've recommended like things like Breaking Bad to other people, but also they're like, I just couldn't get through it. It's like,
I'll be honest, what's really
it's like
nice...
40 minutes an episode, and there's like 5 seasons, or I guess 6 seasons. The last season split into 2, so I 100% get like why you wouldn't want to sit through something like that. So like this, like, because like the first 2 episodes were quite like I wouldn't say they're hard to get into because I found them really entertaining, and I don't think they were like kind of a drag to get through because I really enjoyed them. But they're definitely like different to the rest of the episodes. But like I think the fact that it's a limited run, like it kind of got me through it. I think, and I think that's what is getting like more people through it because it's very different to what they've done in the past. With like regards to pacing. I mean, all the other films like they start with like a big action set piece, and there's like another one in the middle and another at the end. But this is like, I mean, there's literally one like action set piece. It's the last episode, basically, and it's the whole last episode. Granted,
but it's not even that big though, is it?
No.
It's most of the episode.
I mean, it literally takes place in like suburbia, so there's only so much you can do with that.
There's like 4 people involved.
But it definitely got me through it. But anyway, again. I think. I
do think a point has to be made that.
But Disney, don't do that with the end credits things again, otherwise it'll come.
Please keep sponsoring the podcast, Disney.
Yeah,
thank
please.
you. I think we should. By the way, I think we should just start saying sponsored by Disney at this point, and then if they'll hopefully just catch on.
Eventually they'll just somebody not just like, oh, they're not in the list, and they'll just start.
Jimmy, just put like brought to you by Disney, and then include every other film company and see which one bites.
Did any of you think that the Y looks like a P in the Disney logo? Can we just start a new company called Disney?
Disney. Okay, yeah, I'm on board with that.
Today's episode is sponsored by
the D looks a bit like a backwards G. Because of the
Giznep. Thank you, Giznep, for sponsoring this episode.
I think a big point has to be made as well. They did a really nice job of, obviously we know this is kind of leading into the Doctor Strange movie and kind of the Marvel stuff going forward. They did a really good job of not leaving characters right on the edge of those movies. Does that make sense? Like there's still room in between those kind of, there's kind of like an area in between those movies now, and it's not. She's right on the border there going into that one. I kind of like the fact that, Go on, Dan, I can see you dying to say
Should we end this conversation now?
Yeah, probably.
Save the rest of it for a next.
I think so. Can I just say one more thing because I have a theory.
All right, but if you spoil the whole show, I'm going to kill you.
I'm sorry, Dan. So this is interesting because this will change the Giznep cinematic universe forever. You know the what if thing that I keep forgetting is coming out.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna like lead into the Multiverse of Madness. Which, by the way, the Multiverse of Madness is probably the film I'm most excited for.
I think that's I think that's the general consensus by most
I think
fans.
The first Doctor Strange is an underrated gem because it's so weird and cool. But I think that's actually gonna like take place in the universe and like it's gonna kind of end with like. I think it's gonna tie in at least. And then possibly we'll tie in for the big ending thing of like I think it'll definitely set up the next big villain or concept for the next one. Because I mean you have like the Infinity Stone.
Let's have Galactus, please. I want Galactus, please.
Can we have Galactus?
I want a big
purple man. Another big purple. No, not the big cloud. No, not the big cloud again.
They showed his shadow.
No, I know they did, and it was bad. No, I want a bigger purple man.
They would absolutely do that. They put a big face on a planet in Guardians 2.
Exactly. I want a massive fuck-off, huge man.
Funky
looking
thing.
You on his head. It would be great. Right, real quick, I'll go through some of the stuff I watched. I watched Red Dragon. Haven't ever watched kind of the Silence of the Lambs stuff. Kind of stayed away from it. I've watched most of Silence of the Lambs. I don't remember why I didn't finish it, but I didn't. But watch Red Dragon, which is a prequel. You should
have gone and finished Silence of the Lambs before watching Red Dragon.
Red Dragon's the prequel.
I know, but none of them are as good as the Silence of the Lambs.
No, I'm well aware of that. But I really enjoyed Red Dragon. I thought it was actually really good. I quite enjoyed it. To be entirely honest with you, I don't remember. I just remember, I don't remember finishing it. I don't think. I might have done. It was a long time ago.
Is Red Dragon...
Ed Norton
and... No, Ray Liotta's not in that one. Ray
Liotta's not in that one. I can't remember the guy's name for the life of me, but he is a very famous actor. It is Ray Fiennes. Yeah, it is Ray Fiennes.
Anthony Hopkins, that's a callback, right?
And Anthony Hopkins is also in it.
That's Anthony Hopkins is in that one. But he's not
that wasn't our best joke.
Or
but yeah, I enjoyed that one a lot. I thought that was really, really good. Thought it was good. I thought it was gonna be shit. I'm not gonna lie, but I actually really enjoyed it. I rewatched. For my girlfriend had never seen Jurassic Park before, so we watched that. And so I enjoyed that. I thought that was really good fun. I was so confused for a moment. I was like, "What is Dan?"
Dan's lost it.
Dan's lost his complete mind. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. I thought that was good. That was it's just a good film, innit? Like, it's not bad. I don't think 2 and 3 are very good, but 1's fantastic. I watched Coming 2.
3 isn't good.
It's got a talking dinosaur.
Right.
No, that's
wrong.
2.
I'm holding my case.
No,
3 does have the
3
talking
is the
Mate,
because
he's on the plane.
Yeah, because 3 is Sam Neill and 2 is Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, they split them up because they weren't.
Yeah.
I always forget that
they didn't make a 4th one.
I always forget that
Watson.
2 ends with like.
Or a Dern.
Also, Jurassic World sucks.
I always forget that 2 ends in the T-Rex running down
New
like,
York
Is it
or-
San Diego?
California or whatever the hell.
I think it's.
Probably
Yeah,
not
it's
New York, that's on the wrong
California,
side.
I
You
believe.
know,
I
California's
think
not a
it's
city
California.
though. California's a state.
I think he's running
Um,
around somewhere in California.
It's San Diego. I'm pretty sure it's in.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I watched Coming to America, the second one.
Oh, that's something I
Um,
did. I watched Coming One America. I mean, I know it's not called that, but it's easier because they're both called.
What did you
Coming
think?
to
Is it the first time you ever
America,
watched it? Is it the first time you ever watched it?
Because my
What do
parents
you
had
think?
seen it. My parents wanted to watch the new one.
Yeah.
And they were like, let's watch the new one. I was like, I haven't seen the first one.
Oh,
I'm
it's-
like,
I love
"How
it,
have
it's
you not
great."
seen the first one?
What do you think of the first one? What do you think?
haven't shown me.
Oh,
I really liked it.
that-
It's brilliant, isn't it? It's
response-
fucking fantastic. It's amazing.
That response to cult classics when they get old. It's like, how have you never seen this?
Yeah, it's really.
But I
It
don't
gets really
understand
annoying really quickly.
When my parents can ask me how I've not seen a film that they would have liked when they were younger,
Yeah.
I only
yeah,
see those films if they show me.
How have
Yeah,
you not
yeah,
seen
yeah,
Citizen
basically.
Kane?
Yeah. I really like. I love the first one. It's genuinely one of my favorite comedies ever. I think it's so fucking perfect. Everything about the jokes are so good. The bit where my favorite personal one is the one where it's what is it? Is it the basketball game? It goes, "In the face" is an incredible joke, but all of it's so good, and I really enjoyed the second one. Actually, I thought it was really good fun. It reminds me, I don't know if it's the same guy who does it. I don't know, so this might be just me making a fool of myself. But it reminds me of the new Shaft movie that came out. It's got a very similar kind of joke. The sort of jokes and the kind of quips and things are very funny. Eddie Murphy is so good in the new one, even still, and so is. What's his name? Arsenio Hall. He's also fantastic as well. They're both really funny, nice to be back together. There are some amazing moments.
Up in like comparison, because obviously we got Borat 2 a little while ago.
Yep,
I feel
yep.
like it's a very similar. Those,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
How would you say it compares
I
to
would say
like that?
See, but I genuinely love Coming to America probably more than I do the first Borat. I'll be honest, I would personally say that the Coming to Americas are a better watch, just because I think the Borats are, I couldn't watch them back to back in the same day. It's a bit much for me to be able to watch them, but the Coming to Americas I think I could easily watch and kind of enjoy that back to back. Yeah, that was really good fun. I really enjoyed that. That's on Prime, by the way, in case anyone wants to give that a watch. Definitely worth watching.
Is it then also pretty much everyone's back?
Everyone's back. Which is, by the way, another massively underrated thing.
Presumably,
Usually,
because she's dead.
Yes, yeah, she is.
His
Usually with
parents are
this,
Simba's parents.
he is. Yeah, that is the yes.
That was the only thing I knew about it going
Yeah,
in. I was like,
yeah, that's right.
Lions.
Look, I'll be honest. I like the fact that usually they don't get everyone back for these kind of things, and I feel like there was a
There's always
massive
someone
effort
missing.
to make sure I don't think there's anyone missing. Even the the guy who does the announcements when they walk into the room and things, he's back.
The big guy. Oh, cool.
He's back. All of those people are back. There's like the royal bathers are back. By the way, I don't know if it's the same people, but it's the same joke kind of thing throughout.
Yeah,
They're like all of these people are back, and it's really fucking good. It's really, really
I think
funny.
I need to explain something quickly to Jimmy.
Oh, Wesley Snipes is really good in it, by the way. Sorry,
is he
he's
in
in
it?
it as well.
Okay,
He's in it as well, and he's really
I'm
good.
not gonna watch it.
Okay.
But so the king and queen of I forgot the name of what the country is.
Zamunda.
Yeah. So Eddie Murphy's parents in the first film are also it's James Earl Jones and I can't remember the name of the actress, but they also voice
remember her name either.
Simba's parents in The Lion King.
Is that intentional?
I don't know.
I wouldn't put it
Lion
past them as
King
being.
came out after
That's
Coming to
actually really
America,
funny.
so you'd have to go to Disney
I wouldn't.
and ask
I
them.
wouldn't put it past them. Well, this episode is brought to you by Giznet,
Giznet.
so
Giznet.
we can ask.
When Giznet made
Honestly, I need to look up if Gizmep's a thing, because if not, we're
The
gonna get
Lion
Okay,
Honestly,
that gives me a chance to say
Liza.
the other thing I actually finished last night, which so I've never watched the Pacific Rim movies. I like the idea of them, but I think they're a little shaky and kind of.
big robots
watched-
fighting big
No,
monsters.
I watched-
hold on.
Oh no.
Pacific Rim movie.
Nope, there's two.
No, there's one. not
you
talking
were
about the other one.
uprising
Wait,
denier.
Okay. To be fair, I had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day who said like they should have just done a prequel, but that's a whole debate for another day. I watched the new anime thing on Netflix, the new series they did. It's called Pacific Rim: The Black. It's really fucking good, like really good. Like I genuinely had a really good time with it. 7 episodes long, 30 minutes long. It's really good. Go on, sorry.
Guillermo del Toro.
I think he's a
did the
producer,
first one, and then
I think that's
didn't
all.
do the second one.
Okay,
That's all
I
find out
wasn't
now.
sure. I knew he
can
did
go
the
find
first
out
one.
now.
That was about it.
But yeah, no,
He just did the first one, I think.
Because I like the idea of it, but I always thought it was kind of left, like Jimmy, I remember, like you said, obviously, it was kind of left to die.
Yeah.
I think it's actually really fucking good, and it's very short. It's not that long. Had a lot of cool stuff at play, and I just thought it was really entertaining. It's set in Australia, and obviously, and they do. So basically, it's set in Australia after kind of everyone's left, and it's this one settlement of people trying to make their way. Well, it's one settlement of people, and they kind of have to just survive. It's about their sort of journey and stuff, and it's fucking outstanding. Loved it, really enjoyed it. There's a load of kind of other interesting aspects that I feel like. It's actually got 7.2 on IMDb as well, so it's rated quite well.
Pacific Rim or something, because that seems like that'd be a good idea.
That would be smart.
Well,
I don't know. I think they do in
Did in the
the.
first film, and then
They do, but I don't know.
out.
I don't know when this is set in timeline wise. I'm not sure.
I mean, to be honest, if you're gonna watch them, and you don't want to watch
Just enjoy it, yeah.
Just watch the first one. Don't watch the second one.
I'm trying to find a list of producers and things.
That's really
let me
bad.
go over here. But like it's really really good. It was really good fun to kind of get your teeth into. I highly recommend people give this a watch. And I mentioned a few weeks ago there's a Skull Island anime series and and Tomb Raider, I think, the other one that Netflix are doing.
Is the
If
Skull
they're anything
Island, in the same universe as the Godzilla?
I think
anime,
it might
or
be.
is
I think it might be. I think it might be in the current universe, the MonsterVerse at the moment. I think it might be that one.
Oh, okay. Because they did
But
a Godzilla.
It'll be.
Yeah, my point was going to be
That's-
anyway.
Watched, so.
If it's done by very similar people, I think it's very much on to being a fucking outstanding show. Like, this was really good fun to give it a watch. Yeah, I would highly recommend. Dan, I don't think he's involved at all. Sorry, Dan. I don't think he is at all.
My very vague understanding of a Godzilla anime that it's same people who did Shin Godzilla, but not necessarily the same universe.
I think it's the people who want to see Godzilla ridiculously like giant, and then that was about the entire idea, and then they just made it, and then it was like, oh, this is really fucking cool. Because like,
yeah, no,
I think people who are a fan of like the like monster verses and stuff, they're like, oh, we need to have a really compelling story. And just like, no, I just want to see like bigger and bigger
big
monsters
things hit
every
each
single
other.
time until like
That's
it's like
basically why
two
I'm
giant
watching
kaiju in
MonsterVerse
space or
ones.
whatever, just like beating the shit out of each other.
Jimmy, do you really quickly have anything? I think as everyone, I'm pressed for time. But if anyone, if you, yeah, go for it.
I have like a load of stuff, but I just left it till last because I'm an idiot and I didn't think about it. But
okay.
I mean, obviously, WandaVision.
Tune in next week for Jimmy's weekly. Well, it's like 2 weeks. It just means next week, Jimmy, you're going to be the only one doing what you've been watching.
That's okay.
Go on, Jimmy.
But yeah, so I watched.
Fire away.
I haven't actually been watching something. I've been playing a video game.
Okay.
Which is what the.
Oh, I know exactly what you've been playing. Yeah, sorry, go on.
The
Yeah,
video games. Which I can't think of any reason why you shouldn't on that. But I've been playing Red Dead 2, kind of. Well, I started my second playthrough of Red Dead 2 last June, and I played up to about chapter 3 by the end of last year, and then I basically just started off from there and finished the game the other day, and it's good. It's one of my favorite games, so it's good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Is that
the
it?
Other one is. The other one is.
I haven't played either of the Red Deads, by the way, so that's why, and I don't think Dan has either. So I think that's why we're both just like,
Cowboys.
That's why I didn't really want to talk about it too much, because like I feel like everyone's spoken about that game.
I used to think that before the set, like years ago, that it was a zombie game because it had the name Dead in it.
They did a DLC, which is like a zombie one, non-canon by the way, but they did like a.
I mean, like, yeah, I hadn't seen any
Undead
pictures or
Nightmare
anything. It was
DLC.
like, yeah, it's got Dead in the name. Everything that has
Red.
Dead in the name is a
Zombies
zombie
are red.
thing. Left 4 Dead.
Zombies are red.
But I have
Dawn of
also
the Dead. You know?
I've also found a new favorite show that I kind of had an idea that would be my fairite show because I wanted to watch it for, I think about 2 years now. I just haven't got around to watching it, and I like always had an idea. And it's cool. I don't know if you guys, but it's Bill Hader's show Barry. That's on HBO.
I've heard of it. He's an assassin or something, isn't he?
He's a hitman, yeah, and he.
That's yeah.
So I said that in a way that sounded like I was correcting you, but they're basically the same thing.
Actually,
Dan,
hitman.
the correct term is hitman.
You'd be amazed the amount of times
They
Jimmy does that without
prefer
realizing.
Yeah, I have like a weird like.
They prefer him.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on, carry on.
Assassin is
My
derogatory.
tone of voice makes it sound like I'm always correct.
It does.
Or
It's
being sarcastic, but actually, I really don't.
No, he's just
Shit.
really
Oh, no, I get the
tired.
sarcasm thing.
I'm just really tired, all the time.
Oh,
And
very much.
so yeah, I've been watching that, and I kind of had like I said, I kind of had an idea of being one of my favorite shows like ever because it's like so stylized and cool. So I bought the first season like last week on Amazon Prime because I couldn't find it anywhere else, and like I've been waiting for it to come out on like something, but it never did. So I was like, fuck it, it's £18, I'll just buy it. So I watched it. Gabe dying in the background.
It's hot shit.
So I watched like season 1 like I think in a night. Because I watched the first episode and I was like, oh, that was really good. And I watched the second episode the next day and I just carried on watching. And it was really, really fucking good. And it kind of leaves on a cliffhanger. I don't want to spoil it because you guys don't really know anything about it. And also it's not very big, so I feel like if you want to watch it, you just should.
Okay.
Well, it's pretty big, but it's not, you know, it's not big over here necessarily, I think.
Mhm.
And then I was like, okay, I just need to wait to get more money to buy the second season because it's another like £18. And then I just bought it, and now I'm broke. Like I've been telling Gabe, because me and Gabe had college, and I bought lunch, and then I was out of money for the rest of the day.
Me and Jimmy have had so many conversations over the last few weeks. Have been like, "You gonna get this?" When I got money. That's like every few days now is like Jimmy, or I'm like, "Oh, you should get this," and Jimmy's like, "Yep."
To be fair,
Yep.
I have been out of money for about 5 years.
You've made it last.
But-
Over Christmas, you complained to me about not having any money, so you've done very well.
I'm still financially recovering from Christmas 2013, to be honest. But like, not because of any particular reason to Christmas 2013. It's just I'm very bad at money.
Yeah.
And then so then I brought season 2 and I finished it today, and it's one of my new favorite shows. It's really good.
Fair enough.
So a lot of the episodes, I think he's also a producer, are directed by Hiro Murai, who's slowly becoming one of my favorite directors, who is one of the big people who does Atlanta. He directs
Okay.
most of the episodes of Atlanta and writes them, I think. I don't know if he writes them, but he definitely produces it. He
Yeah.
works a lot on this show, and he also directed This Is America and like Sober and 3005 and all the other like Childish Gambino really famous.
Yeah,
music
it's
videos.
almost as if he works with him. Yeah, it's a miracle.
So he's pretty good. But you know, it's like amazing. There is a really great episode in
Mhm.
season 2 called something Ronnie and Lily. Ronnie/Lily.
Right.
And it's kind of this like self-contained little episode. It's like a bottle episode, but it's HBO, so it's pretty big budget.
Yeah.
So it's basically just like one like hit he has to make, and it sort of all goes wrong, and it's I don't I'll kind of spoil it. He gets stabbed in the back, like basically by a child.
You
In
mean
the
his
first-
hitman?
Nice.
Wow,
Barry,
he's-
the hitman. Bill Hader gets like not in real life, but he gets like
So it's
stabbed,
like
and
Dark
basically
Knight
throughout the
Rises
entire-
kind of level shit,
Well,
right?
no, but he gets stabbed in the first like 2 or 3 minutes, and then basically throughout the entire rest of the episode, he's just bleeding out, and like he has to
Okay,
go to,
good.
like convenience stores and like try and get like sewing kits and stuff. To, like, sew them up. It's
A
good.
mess?
It's really like it's surprisingly like Bill Hader is like such a fucking good actor. I didn't realize that. until I watched it.
Yeah.
Like, he's so talented, and I realized one thing. It's like a lot of comedians are actually really good actors as well. I feel like he has that kind of like Steve Carell energy. with
There's
his
our
acting.
hot take of the week.
There's
Just
our-
so we make it clear.
He has that like kind of like Steve Carell energy of like being a really good actor and like
Mm.
sort of just like one day he just started acting in like really good films, and he was like, oh, holy shit,
Yeah.
this guy can actually act. It's like that. There's some really like scenes where I was just like, holy shit, like he's so good. It's like it's like really compelling and also really fucking dark at some points as well. Like, so, I mean, there's a bit in the. I'm not gonna spoil this because this is actually really kind of interesting, but there's a bit in the last episode of season 2, the most recent episode, technically speaking, but where he kind of like he kills someone just like out of like because he just like needs to do something. He just like kills someone. He doesn't even pay attention to it. And this
Out of
character's,
boredom.
Like, no. Like, cause it's sort of like he's involved in this thing as well. It's really hard to say without spoiling it. But he's like killing him amongst a lot of other people who he's killing. And he sort of just doesn't like even think about it twice. And then like, because he's in this sort of like trance of just being like pissed off. And then he kind of like comes back and like looks at the body and just sort of like. I think the last shot is him actually just looking at the body. But it's really dark because like that character's kind of like semi-important to him. So I'm really trying not to spoil it because it's really.
Yeah, I think we should maybe direct you away from this. But yeah, go on.
Basically, just like it's such like an interesting character. I've really seen anything like it before, you know.
Okay, so that's is that so I'm just going to quickly cycle through. So Dan's suggestion would be the documentary, Dan. Yeah, for this week. Yeah, the Arden thing. I definitely say the Pacific Rim, the Black, and Jimmy, you're saying that as well.
I guess I don't think it'll be for everyone.
Okay.
I think it's sort of just like I knew I would like it, and I kind of went in knowing I would like it.
Yeah.
So that's.
We're about to run out of time, by the way.
Yeah. So
we're gonna
I'll wrap
have
it
to
up.
so
but
Dan, clap. No, to do another call. Oh wait, no. What do you need to clap? Why would I need to clap? Sorry. Carry on, Jimmy. My bad. Yeah, sorry.
But yeah.
Quick.
But basically, yeah. It's good, but not everyone's gonna like it. So do what you want. I don't care.
Jimmy, see the outro. Go.
Oh, am I doing the outro now? Oh,
Yeah, you're doing the outro because I had to sing the jingle. Go. No, that's not the outro. Bye.